Are you looking to set a great tone for your interview? Are you eager to make the first good impression that lingers in the mind of your interviewer? If you're interested in having a great head start in your interview, then one important thing that you must do is to prepare a great answer for one of the very first questions that you will be asked in an interview. Welcome to the Total Masterpiece. On this channel, I talk about career, motivation, physical and mental wellness. And my aim is to take you closer to greatness, one post at a time. Today, I'll be sharing tips on how you can answer one of the very first, seemingly simple but crucial interview questions. Tell me about yourself. I'll also be sharing a sample answer at the end of this video. So please make sure you stick around with me to the end. Most people spend tons of hours preparing for the very tricky behavioral questions. But what most fail to do is to spend some time thinking about responses to the easy ones that often sets the basis for the conversation. Unfortunately, most candidates start to stutter right at the beginning of their interviews, and this always negatively impacts the rest of the conversation. A good way to prepare appropriately for this question is to understand why interviewers ask it in the first place. They aren't looking to understand what you had for dinner last night, what sort of food makes your tummy ache, or where you visited last summer. Instead, the question is an attempt to have a general overview of you as a person as it relates to the job. Think of it as a way of sharing a snapshot of your career. Wouldn't you want to leave a lasting impression? A good answer to the tell me about yourself question gives you a great head start and sets the tone for the rest of your interview. A good answer can also help you influence the next question coming from your interviewer. Remember how I previously talked about learning to steer conversations in your favor? A good answer to the tell me about yourself question is tailored to the specific role in which you're applying, summarizes your experiences and achievements, and is structured. One thing you need to always keep in mind is that there is no one-size-fits-all answer to the tell me about yourself question, but there is a strong structure that is widely applicable. I'll be providing a sample answer at the end of this video, so please make sure you stick around with me and ensure you watch to the end. Now, to answer this question brilliantly, I would recommend that you apply a structure that starts from the present, then moves to the past, and on to the future. I personally like this structure because starting from the now highlights that part of you that is most relevant and up to date. It is easy to captivate your interviewers with a quick snippet of your present. Who are you right now? What do you do? What certifications do you possess? Present a quick snapshot of your professional self in the most compelling manner. Next, move on to the past. Talk about how you got here and the skills you acquired on the way. This is the part where you talk about your educational background, your professional experience, what you're great at, what you're particularly proud of, and why. This is where you get to highlight your key strengths, your major achievements, and what you want to be remembered by. And then you want to move to the future. Here's where you highlight what values you're bringing to the table. On this part, you want to spend maximum 30 seconds to reinforce the reasons why you're such a great candidate for the role. The combination of this is what is often referred to as your elevator pitch. This speech should be no more than 2 minutes long and should summarize who you are in the most compelling way, especially as it relates to the position. If done right, your pitch should trigger your interviewer into asking follow-up questions that gives you an opportunity to share your bigger story. Organizing and presenting your thoughts in this manner not only shows that you're a professional who is able to articulate your thoughts in a clear and concise manner and focus on the goals, but also helps you stay right on topic without drifting off course. Details about your upbringing, your numerous hobbies, your favorite sport in high school shouldn't find their way into your elevator pitch. Be creative enough to keep your interviewer engaged. Keep it interesting enough to make them want to inquire more about your achievements. Articulate your speech so well that you get an opportunity to share your impressive success story. Now, here's an example of a good tell me about yourself answer. Hey Sandy, thanks for joining us today. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself? Absolutely. I'm a certified personnel manager with about 8 years experience in leadership coaching and people management. I am great at helping organizations achieve both their business and people objectives by providing strategic support in areas such as training and performance management. I graduated from University X with a degree in economics and a minor in labor relations. Prior to this time, I worked as a management consultant in Company A, where I provided sound support to business leaders. Before then, I worked in Company B as an administrative representative, where I provided sound support to account managers. When I'm not working, I like to read about personal growth and leadership development. I'm a type of person who would always act as a positive role model to clients and employees. I know that one of your core values is putting customer first, and for this reason, I'm positive that I'll be a great fit for this role. If you hire me in this position, you will quickly see a positive increase in customer experience. I am so glad to be here today, and I look forward to applying my analytical and problem-solving skills to the growth of your company. Although this example that I just provided applies to experienced professionals, the structure can be adopted by students and first-time job seekers. You can start off by mentioning your field of study, talk briefly about the projects you've handled, mention your voluntary activities or internship opportunities you've engaged in. The interviewer is looking for how well you can tell your story. So tell it confidently. Bonus tip: practice, practice, and practice. Nothing comes out perfect the first time. So grab a note, pen down your key points, read them out loud, record them. Don't try to memorize them. Internalize them instead. And soon you'll see that it flows naturally. To recap, here are tips to answer the "Tell me about yourself" question. Tailor your response to the specific role for which you have applied. Highlight your major experience. Structure your answer in the way that makes sense. I personally like to go with the present, past, and the future format. And lastly, keep it concise. And there you have it, a practical guide on how to answer the "Tell me about yourself" interview question. I personally believe that this is one of the most important interview questions because it sets the tone for the rest of your interview. And if you get it right, it gives you a huge confidence boost right from the beginning of your interview. And finally, believe in yourself. Everything you would ever achieve starts from believing in yourself. Know that you are worthy and that you deserve a seat at the table. So go take it. Strike your power pose. Don't ever go into an interview session with a defeated spirit. Don't let past disappointments weigh you down. Remember, what is yours will be yours. If you find this video helpful, please drop a like and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other. Bye.